I've been saying for quite some time now that the government, or the people that are the puppeteers of the government in the WEF, UN, etc., have declared war on the average motorist. And it just seems to be relentless. I mean, Jesus, if these people put the amount of effort into wars as they did into the war on motorists, there wouldn't be any wars anymore, and we'd sell a lot of bombs, because they just can't seem to stop. No matter how hard they try, it's one thing after another, after another, after another. And this weekend was one of those stories that I'm convinced the government leak because they want to gauge public reaction to it before they actually do anything with it. And I'm sure this was one of those stories. And the thing is with this story is that the reaction would either be, yeah, whatever, in which case they probably wouldn't do it, or what the fuck are they doing now? This is absolutely terrible. In which case you can guarantee they will do it, and they will ignore all the public furore over it. And I believe that it's the latter. And the story was that they are going to narrow roads to make it safer for cyclists. Now, this is a bit of a weird one, because if it's a wide road and you can pass the cyclist safely, that surely has to be a good thing. But by narrowing it, you are A, limiting overtaking, because there's less chance of overtaking if the road is narrower. B, you're going to be stuck behind the cyclist more. And C, it's just going to piss off the motorist, which is probably the reason why they're doing it. But then when you think about it, which I have done this morning, when you think about it, it's utter madness. But then there's a brilliant conclusion, because I'm sat in my car, which has an MOT, it's insured, I've paid road tax, and I've just filled it up with diesel, and I have paid probably 45% of that diesel money goes in fuel duty to the government. So I have paid on 4 different occasions for the privilege of being able to drive my car on the road, which I contribute to through a varying range of taxes. Oh, then, insurance, chuck that in. The cyclist, on the other hand, pays nothing. Yet the cyclist now has more rights than the tax-paying motorist, which is utter madness. And no matter which way you look at it, and I'm sure of all these bloody cycling zealots will now be going, oh, but I think you'll find, because they've got the same voice as the floaters, obviously. I think you'll find that we are saving the planet, and actually by cycling we are doing our bit for the environment by not driving a gas guzzling car, and we are taking up less space on the road. No, not anymore, you're not. You're taking up the same amount of space on the road, because the road's narrower. You don't ride on the edge of it. You ride slightly out, and then everyone gets stuck behind you. I was stuck behind one. My missus is now looking out the window to see what I'm doing. Hello, darling. Yes, I'm talking to a camera again. I was stuck behind one today on a huge road, but the person in front wouldn't overtake because they were shaking like a shitting dog that they might offend the cyclist, God forbid. And there wasn't 80 feet of space for them to swerve out into oncoming traffic to get round the cyclist in time, even though the cyclist was only doing 8 miles an hour. So you end up sitting there, and then you end up driving along a road at 8 miles an hour because you're just following a cyclist until it's safe to pass them. And this was on a wide road. So when you narrow the roads, you're only going to make the situation worse. And I thought, it's just a war on motorists. This is just another, how can we piss him off now? It's like I went into a pub the other day in Truro, and we walked in, and I said, can I have 3 pints of Cruz Campo, please, mate? Ain't got no Cruz Campo. Hey? Oh, I'll have 3 pints of Moretti then. Ain't got no Moretti. Well, all right, 3 pints of Kronenberg. We're scraping a barrel now. 3 pints of Kronenberg. Ain't got no Kronenberg. Well, what have you fucking got? Just tell me what I can drink and I'll drink it, because quite frankly, you've eliminated choice from this. And I thought, how many more times is he going to go, oh, we haven't got that? Just, you could have nipped it in the bud and gone, all right, mate, sorry, we haven't got these lagers. We've only got these. But no, he let me go through each one individually so he could say no. Just to piss me off. And it worked. And that's exactly what they're doing with car drivers. It's like, right, we've done that. Are you pissed off yet? No, well, we'll do a bit more. Right, now you're pissed off. Oh, hang on, we haven't finished. We're going to do that now. Oh, yeah, hang on. No, we got another one for you. And we'll keep poking you until you've got nothing left. And you go, that's it, I can't cope anymore. I am just going to have to stop driving. And then they win. And it's just madness. But it's worse than that. Because the cyclist is now a metaphor for Great Britain. Absolutely. Because here you have, on one side, the person who's paid tax on their vehicle, tax on their insurance, tax on the road tax on their fuel, tax on their MOT. They've paid 5 lots of tax for the privilege of being able to drive on the roads. And on the other side, you've got some lycra-clad twat on his push bike, taking up the road and knowing that he has the privilege of being able to do what he likes because he is superior in every way to the motorist because the government are telling him he is. He hasn't paid any tax. He hasn't paid the 5 types of tax that we have to pay to be able to on the road. He's just getting everything for free. So the taxpayer suffers so that the person can have something for free that hasn't contributed anything at all. Now, what does that sound like? The bike is merely the road-going version of a dinghy. You come across as a tax-paying citizen, you have to go through passport control, you have to do all this, you have to do all that, and then once you get in the country, you have to pay everything that you normally pay. You come over on a dinghy, you get everything for free, and you don't have to contribute anything. You just get given it all. Here, have some money. Have some money, have a hotel, have a phone, have some clothes. Go on, knock yourself out. Have a bike. Now, imagine if you're a bloke that's come over on a dinghy and now you're riding a bike on the road holding up the... That's double whammy right there. That's twice as bad. That must be the ultimate thing for the government. They must want to... I'm surprised there's not a cycle to asylum scheme like the cycle to work scheme, where you come over as an asylum seeker and they automatically give you a bike and they take payments. Well, they wouldn't take any payments for it. They'll take a bit out your allowance. They wouldn't take any. They'll just give it to you for free. There's a bike. Not an electric one, just a push bike. Oh, they probably do get electric ones. You know, the ones we can't afford. So, and then they get to go on the road. They've still contributed nothing to society, but they get to hold up all the people that have contributed to society to the point where the people that have contributed to society go, fuck you, I've had enough of this. I'm going to stop contributing to society. And then you get replaced by one of these people that hasn't contributed. And that is Britain 2025 in a nutshell. It's absolute madness. The people that do nothing get everything, and the people that do everything, not only do we get nothing, we get less than nothing, because for the privilege of paying all that money, we get to be pissed off. Now, if that isn't the greatest analogy I've come up with, I don't know what is. That is absolutely perfect for Britain 2025. And next week, we got the budget to look forward to, where they would... It's like, right, we've had the shirt off your back, we've had your trousers, we've had your shoes and socks, you stood there in your pants. Next week, Rachel Reeves is going to come along and go, I'm fucking having them as well. Now walk round bollock naked, tough shit. I mean, what a start of the week that is. What a Monday broadcast that is. I mean, literally, the sun's shining here. There's no climate change here today. And I am a ray of sunshine. I mean, what wonderful words of wisdom I've given you on a Monday. And trust me, I've written a list of all the other ones I'm going to do for the rest of the week. It don't get no fucking better. Future my arse.